Alright guys, you're going to deal with the jailhouse look. I already had to save my computer. My phone, and I didn't want to have to put on my computer, so you're going to get it this way. Let's talk about the... First off, let me start off saying that I am not a lawyer, and I'm not giving you any advice as an acting lawyer. I'm just basically giving you my opinion. Let's talk about this... I don't want to say false, misleading. This misleading picture, this form, is being passed around. Now, the first thing what it shows me is not enough people's taking the personal injury, okay, which is a problem. Not for you, it's a problem for the railroad. Now, they did this form as a PR stunt, okay, which is a misleading form because this would be amounts based on the day this form was printed out, okay? Now, your amounts can change up to August 22nd, so I want you to notice a couple things about this form, how misleading it is. The dollar amounts, you see how big the dollar amounts are? Not, in like how much it is type-wise. The $195,000 is way bigger font than the smaller, other print, because they want it to catch your eye. They want you to, as soon as you look at the paper, first thing you're going to see is the $195,000, 200 grand. Holy crap. Now, this, besides, not enough people taking the settlement, I think... because not enough people's taking a personal injury. There we go. Not enough people's taking a personal injury. So I think the railroad's getting on the attorneys, because we know they've already been compromised already, because why would you even accept any kind of offer that does not include a medical fund for potential future issues? Now, I know the EPA's got the long-term monitoring in their thing, okay? That is long-term monitoring. That's not, we'll pay for if you get so-and-so. People are going to be bitching my phone is shaky because of my stupid tremors, but, that's monitoring. So if you go to the doctors and doctors say, I'm sorry, you got so-and-so, and it could be more than likely derailment related, you're on your own. You pay for it out of your own pocket. You deal with it like you would deal with it anything else, okay? Now, why would they accept anything without medical monitoring? So the railroad's attorneys, okay, we'll say the attorneys, but I'm sure they have railroad contacts that's in contact with them too, is like, oh no, we can't have this. Because it's going to put us on the line for future potential lawsuits, okay? You're going to see something come up as the Camp Lejeune things that you see on TV. If you were in Camp Lejeune so-and-so date, you may be entitled to... You're going to see one of them for East Palestine here in the future. So, they're like, we can't have this. You got to get more people to take the personal injury. Okay, which I heard down at the center, they're very pushy if you don't take the personal injury in the settlement center. They ask you why, and they quote some... Oh, there's a new study out saying that you won't have long-term effects or something. Well, but I don't know what study you're talking about. There is no study for multiple chemical exposure, and that's what the universities are doing now. So you may quote a study for an individual chemical exposure, but you can't do a medical one because there isn't. A multiple one. Because there isn't one. That's what the university is working on now. So they're like, okay, you need to get more people to take this, okay? Attorneys are like, okay, what are we going to do? Let's get with our PR people. Now, how many attorneys do you know that have to hire a PR firm to push their narrative? Okay, let's get with them. Okay, we'll make this paper. We'll say you can get up to $25,000, and if you were a family of 5, you'd get $125,000, and then plus the $70,000, that'd be almost $200,000. That might get their eye, which is misleading. It's like saying the lottery tells me every day, if I play the lottery, I can win so-and-so $1 million. But then again, I may not win that money. So they put together this Zoom meeting tonight, okay? And let me give you my guess on this Zoom meeting tonight. This is kind of late. I know I meant to do this video earlier, but this Zoom meeting, okay? They're going to pull up either some kind of expert, toxicologist, or possibly a study, and they're going to try to sell to you that. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, that you should take the personal injury because it's in your best interest. You're not likely to have any symptoms down the road. Okay, now the first thing that should be going off the bell in your head is, why is Norfolk Southern so concerned that nobody's taking the personal injury if there's nothing to worry about? Okay, that should be your first alarm right there, because if there's nothing to worry about, if they have nothing to worry about in the future, they shouldn't be worried about if anybody takes the personal injury. I mean, it's a slap in the face for the people, outside of 2 miles. It's nothing. It's even inside 2 miles. If you're older, you may take it because, you're older. Get it while you can. But if you're younger, I would never take this for my kids, because I don't know what the future holds. They all live within 6 miles of this mess, and I would never have took it. I would never have took it for the kids. But you do what you do. You might think it's going to be okay, or you might just want the money now. I don't know. Anyways, get back to my Zoom video. My brain is like everywhere. This Zoom conference, now they're going to have some guy, or the lawyers are going to be up there. They're going to tell you there's this study, or they're going to have some expert tell you there is nothing, there is no potential for long-term effects, which, like I said, should be a red flag to you right there, because why would they spend so much PR on pushing personal injury if there was nothing to worry about in the future? So that should be a big red flag there. But that's my outlook on the meeting tonight they're having. It's a PR stunt. It's what it is. They're going to throw out these outrageous amounts like they're doing on this paper right here. They're going to try to get more people to take the personal injury. They're trying to get you to sign your rights away for any future, medical injury you may get from this, which should be a big red flag to most of you. Most of you, a lot of you is going to be like, oh, no, they're just doing this. You should take it. Well, you do you, I do me. That's the way it is. But this Zoom is nothing but a big PR stunt. Like I said, these attorneys do not have your best interests in mind. I don't know why they would ever accept anything without a medical fund. Okay, we won't even say health insurance. A medical fund. I think they did this in New Jersey. I think this is the one. You have a fund, and they invest it, and then if you become sick, and it's tied to the illness, they pull from that fund and pay for your treatment. Okay, so right there, they're not willing to make a fund. Should be another red flag. Because if you're not willing to make the fund, and if you're not worried about what the potential future issues are, then you would include that. Because, if there's nothing's going to happen, then you're not losing anything. So that's my take on what tonight's crap's going to be. It's a PR stunt. That's all it is. And I guess I could go over this real quick too while we're... Now they're throwing out these dollars amounts. A lot of people's gonna be disappointed because, you know, okay, well, we know where you live. We know the mileage displacement thing. Your household size, okay, that's common sense. You know, acreage. If somebody owns a quarter acre, you're going to get less money than somebody that owns 30 acres, 40 acres, like farms. Property damage, I don't know how you, unless you physically had something, you know, break or some kind of damage, I don't know how you would claim that. And then, you know, compensation based on exposure or personal injury, which would be the personal injury part that nobody's taking, and that's why the dollar amount went up. So now they're going to do a big PR meeting over Zoom and try to push a narrative that everything's fine. We've heard that for how many times from freaking government agencies, from the state agencies. You know, it's funny. Everybody, even the FRA, I'm going to do a video on, even the FRA called out Norfolk Southern for everything they did. But our town council has yet to do that. And I'm thinking it may involve some funds that were maybe gifted to certain people. Like I said, we're still looking into that. But everybody has said they did wrong. You haven't heard a peep from anybody on council, all besides one. You haven't heard anything. Why? And you know why? I think the city is putting a park over people's health. I think that might be one of my new signs I make. EP chooses park over health. Just something to think about, guys. All right, guys. I'm going to end this. I've been rambling for 12 minutes. That's way too long. But a lot of people's going to be disappointed when it comes August 22nd and they don't, well, September, and they don't get what they get when they finally send it out. You're going to have a lot of disappointed people. And then, I don't know. I wish you would just quit pushing the misleading thing. But as soon as you hired a PR firm, you really lost me. You lost all interest. It's not in the best interest of the people in the town. It is to line your own pocket, and that is my opinion. All right, guys.